about that. So welcome, guys. ZEPETO World Jam Fall 2023. This will last from October 30th to December 11th, 2359. And let's kick off the opening ceremony with kind of going through what you guys can expect. So in this opening ceremony, we've got a jam-packed agenda for you guys. It's going to be all the things that you want to find out, right? So first, we're going to start off with an introduction to ZEPETO and the ZEPETO World Jam. Then we're going to move on to your introduction to your resources. So I know some of you are new to ZEPETO. Some of you may be a bit more advanced. Some of you are really advanced, but no matter, you will all need resources to get through this World Jam. So we're going to go through that. They'll be your best companions throughout this entire World Jam. After that, prizes and judging criteria. Who doesn't want that, right? We're going to go through what it takes to get these prizes and what these prizes are. Next, we're going to go over submission rules. Now, I know this might seem boring, but it's super important because prizes and judging criteria, you're not going to get them if you flout those submission rules. So it's just really important to obey them and just follow those rules, guys. We're going to go through mentors who will be with you throughout the entire World Jam. These guys are super important and they'll actually be with you almost throughout the entire World Jam, actually. So it'll be a great time to get acquainted with them. They're actually, most of them are here right now in the ZEP space. So do check them out. They'll be labeled, ZEP, so you can find them in the search bar at the top right of your screen. And then lastly, theme reveal. I know I've left this till the end, but like I'm trying to get you anticipation up, you know what I mean? So, all right, here's what we're gonna go through for this opening ceremony. Hope you guys are really excited, and I'm just gonna go through it right now with ZEPETO and ZEPETO World Jam. But actually, I'm not gonna go through it. I'm gonna introduce Steph and Alba from the developer relations team to take the stage right now. They're gonna go through, give you a snapshot of what ZEP's about and what this whole World Jam is about. Alba and Steph, please.
Thank you, David. Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie from ZEPETO. Thank you guys all for coming here and joining us today for the opening ceremony. So to start with, I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about what ZEPETO is. ZEPETO is one of the biggest metaverse social platforms out there in the world, with more than 400 million total registered users and up to 20 million monthly active users. We have a lot of users who are looking for a new type of games and play with their avatars on our platform. Our most of our audiences are female of Gen Z and Gen Alpha, so this is something for you guys to consider when making your game, something that could target that demographic or something totally different that you guys are willing to pull in some new demographics. And yeah, that's a little bit about ZEPETO. And I will pass the mic now on to Abba to talk about what the World Gem is.
Thank you, Stephanie, and welcome everybody. We're excited to see you all. I'm seeing someone from Colombia, there's some people from Korea, there's some people from the United States. So great representation from all around the world. We're so excited to see you. Welcome to the Fall World Jam 2023. This World Jam brings people from around the world, every part of the world. We want to see developers push their creativity. We want to see developers create something new and exciting every time. For this jam, you are welcome to build world of any genre, from simulator to role play to survival to shooters. We want you to push the levels of creativity. So we're excited. We'll be doing world jams every year, so that's something to look out for. But now let's focus on this one. We're going to share more timelines. We're going to share more exciting things. A theme. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with from the theme. I really want to see all the creative things you guys come up with. So welcome to the world jam. We hope that you actually stick with us to the very end. The prizes are exciting. Teams, we want you guys to build networks, to build more creativity. We want to engage with you all. So welcome again to the World Jam 2023, and I'll give it back to David.
I'll take over from here. Thank you, Abba, for the intro to the World Jam. And speaking of the World Jam, we actually had our first global round of the World Jam earlier this year in January. And as a special guest today, we have our last World Gems winners, Kodaler, here to speak a few things. So let me welcome Chayoung and Nicholas to the mic.
Hi, hello everyone. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
So yeah.
Hello, ZEPETO words and participant. We are Team Codala. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to participate in the Far World Jam ceremony. I'm Jaeyoung Shin and the background model designer.
And I'm Nicola, the developer of Schoolscape.
Uh, I remember being really excited when I first started working on this project. We
Yeah,
had a limited amount of time, so we quickly went through Zeppeto's work and thought about which theme to choose. Uh, the school stood out the most, and we decided to tell our own story around it. That's how our game was made, Schoolscape.
yeah, because in ZEPETO there was not really like base story worlds, and there was no really nice scary worlds nor puzzle games. So we thought it would be like a really nice idea to make that. So yeah.
And when we won, we were so grateful to the people who enjoyed and supported our game. And I remember both of us checking the screen several times to make sure it really happened.
Yeah, really, it felt like it was a dream. So because we put so much effort to make Schoolscape. Because at the time when we were making that, we were like in a company, so we were working full time. So we really did that on our own free time. So it was not easy every day though, but it was really a nice experience because we had to really like push ourselves. So it was really nice.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of resources, so I think it's nice. Very nice to make everything you want.
Sure.
Ryan and
Uh,
Nicholas, if you don't mind me asking, do you have any tips for our participants for this round of the World Jam?
Yeah, sure. So I recommend to everyone to like first get a nice idea, like analyze like the worlds that are in Zebeto, everything that is like quite successful, and analyze like which kind of people is playing to Zepeto and try to like get your idea around that. But for sure, the best idea is always the idea you want to do yourself. Like it's always the like the funniest idea. So I think just like make what you want and go for it and really check the resources like the Zepeto team will give you because it's really important, and call your mentors every time you need help because it's not easy. It's we have a lot. We think we have a lot of time because like 1 month half sounds quite big, but it's not that big. It's really fast actually. So so yeah. Go straight.
yeah.
Yeah, you want to say something, Zion?
So, uh, I hope that the participant of this forward Jam will be able to gain new experience and take chances like we did. And I look forward to creating interesting work together.
Yeah, we really can't wait for the creation you guys will do.
Thank you so much, Ryan and Nicholas, for joining us today. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
from the last previous winners, month and a half is not a long time, so
Yeah. Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you so
thank
much.
you. Okay, now let's move on to the next session, which is going to be the introduction to resources. We have quite a few resources that we have planned out for you guys for this World Jam. And one of them especially is our new guide for the World Jam. So now I'm going to introduce you guys to John, Mondel, and Carter, who are from the ZEPETO as tech evangelist. John?
Hi guys, thank you so much, Stephanie, for the introduction. So glad that to see so many faces here today, especially Codeller, who kind of gave like a really interesting overview of their last submission. I genuinely think that anybody here can produce a world of that level of quality. It's definitely like a short amount of time. A month and a half seems like a long time, but it's definitely very short. To that end, we've come up with a guide to try to quick kickstart you guys into this process to kind of speed up your learning and make it a lot easier for you guys. So um, this is the ZEPETO developer resources page. If you look on the left side in the links, you're gonna actually see the developer resources page. Click on that, bookmark it. This is gonna be the page that you're gonna be going back to pretty much throughout this entire World Jam. So go back to this resource as often as you can to pick up anything else that you might need. There's of course the our standard ZEPETO documentation for those of you that maybe like more concise, like documented resources. But if you like kind of guides in the form of videos and like really short, concise um, guides, that's what we've prepared for you here. So we have a quick introduction to the developers resources guide, what's a part of this, but I'm actually going to go through it really quick. Whether you're actually new or whether you're a veteran developer, I highly recommend that that you go through this start here section here, and inside of chapter 1 all the way up to chapter 6. These are all ZEPETO specific introductions to everything that you need to get started in ZEPETO. This is not going to go into scripting, but just more of the setup, the basics. If you don't maybe haven't learned Unity before, we're going to go into some Unity basics. Game assets as well is going to be very important for maybe those of you that aren't artists or don't have as strong of an artist team. Figuring out exactly where you should get your game assets is going to be very important. Modular importer is a relatively new addition to our ZEPETO workflow. There's going to be a lot of tools to make things very speedy. So definitely do take a look at this. Visual fidelity, how to make very simple worlds look really pretty. And finally, a quick challenge to try to put all the concepts that you learned through these guides and inside of a project. And we actually have a project that's going to be linked here for you so that you can take a look and actually download it and explore within it. From there, we have an advanced guide. This is going to be all of the rest of the guides that that's going to be available for you to take a look at. The essentials I've marked here for things that we feel that is going to be the most important things to take a look at. So if nothing else, please make sure to take a look at these essentials. The more difficult of these is going to be the multiplayer essentials. This is going to be like a very A to Z introduction to all the concepts that you might need to know to understand how multiplayer works. Better to jump on that earlier rather than later. If you do want to implement multiplayer, outside of that, scripting essentials is going to be very important for you. If you open one of these, you're going to see the video that we've created as well as other videos that we felt is important. So take a look through all of these links, and highly recommend that you also go through some of these other links as well. And yeah, spend a lot of time in this section. There's going to be a couple areas that are empty. For example, the screen safe area. These are guides that are actually still in progress that we're working really hard to create for you guys. But if there's any guides that that are in progress that you feel is very interesting to you, or you want them in your project, please leave a note in the Discord banter channel or the help desk channel to kind of let us know that you're waiting on these guides. Or if there's a guide on here that's not on here that you want, please do let us know. From there, we have the world templates. This is going to be zero code implementations of kind of standard games. So if you want to create an obby, or if you want to create a runner, a prop hunt game, fashion battle game, there's a bunch of these templates here for you guys to use as a base, and you can kind of build upon that, import your own assets, make it look pretty. But this is going to be like a starting base for you guys to just use without even needing to code at all. So if maybe you want to utilize these templates, do take a look here. Finally, we have a bunch of example projects. These are full projects that we've been developing over the course of a couple of years, but we have several projects that we've set up here for you guys that you can take a look at. There's a lot of multiplayer stuff in here, like the dungeon crawler multiplayer, character control multiplayer, idle tab multiplayer, things like navigation AI, post processing, things like that. That is going to be interesting for you guys to learn. So these are all here as learning resources. And then finally, for community and additional resources, if there's anything else that maybe you haven't seen here, they might be in this section. So definitely take a look. So again, this is meant to help you guys learn as quickly as possible. A month and a half, again, isn't that much of a long time. So start kind of digging through these guys sooner rather than later. And with that, I'll pass the mic back to David. Actually, before that, sorry. I want to do a quick introduction of our the other tech evangelists here, Mondel and Carter. If you maybe want to introduce yourselves.
Yes, thank you, John, for that introduction. Yeah, I'm so happy that you guys are here for the World Jam. Thank you so much for joining. We're all super excited to see what you guys are creating. I'm Mondul, just wanted to say hi. Please do not be afraid to reach out to us on Discord, on the mentor sessions, and also please attend the QA sessions. We're here to help you. We're very excited to help you because we want everyone to succeed in this World Jam. And yeah, just good luck to everyone. Please take a look at that Notion page. Again, as John mentioned, that beginning section has a part where we take you from absolute beginner to making a multiplayer world with no code implementation at all. It's a no code solution. Take a look at it. It will get you started in making multiplayer world in ZEPETO. And again, good luck to everyone. And also, Carter, please jump in and introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's super nice to meet all of you guys. I'm also tech evangelist here. Yeah, if you guys need help with absolutely anything, I'll also be in the Discord. Feel free to directly message me or ping me in the technical help section. And yeah, we'll do our best to make sure you guys have the smoothest experience possible.
Right, awesome. Thanks, Mondo, John, and Cara. That was an awesome introduction to the dev resources. A super important resource, especially if you are a complete beginner to world development. Trust me on that; it's really, really good. Thanks, Steph and Abba, for bringing us through what ZEPETO is all about and what the ZEPETO World Jam is all about as well. And thanks to the Codellas team for sharing their wonderful experience like in the previous World Jam. So now I'll go on to share on the other resources. So you've got a wealth of resources at your disposal. So John went through the dev resources. We also have the participants guide. So think of it as like anything to do with any administrative, anything that you missed during this opening ceremony. I hope you're paying attention. But if let's say you forgot something, access that participants guide because there's everything you need to know. I'll go through each of these later on in the slides, but I'm just going to give a brief snapshot of the resources here. So participants guide, definitely try and bookmark that website when you can. Weekly Q&A sessions, these are super important as well because when you're building a world, you're definitely going to have questions. This is your chance to get all the tech evangelist team all in one spot, and you can ask all the questions you want. Think of it like Ask Me Anything on Reddit, for example. Here's a tip. Prepare your got questions that just pop up in the middle of the day. Put it down on the Discord channel, on the banter channel, for example, and then people can just share and understand what problems you're going through because people probably go through the same problems as you when you're going through world development. So yeah, tune in for those weekly Q&A sessions. Those are really, really important. Our Discord channel, you notice that everything we've been saying, like me and the tech evangelist team and stuff, we're all just talking about the Discord. Most of you should already have been on Discord, from the prior emails and EDMs we've been sending out. If you haven't, do join us there. That's where all our major communications will happen, all our important World Jam announcements, any changes, for example, to the schedule, that's where you'll know. Do go on that Discord channel. It's also your best channel to get in contact with the mentors as well. I'll talk about that later because I saw that in the chat. Someone was asking. And then, yeah, I was just going to get to it. ZEPETO mentors. They're your extremely important resource in this whole World Jam as well. There's two ways to contact them, via Discord or the participants guide, and I'll get through that later as well. So before I go in depth into the resources, I'm going to talk about the key events. So right now, to orientate everyone, we're at the opening ceremony today. The next important milestone that you got to look out for on November 13th, we have a world polishing workshop. You don't want to submit a world that's full of bugs and like it's like breaking at the seams, right? You gotta have make sure that it's submit in a finished state. So that's a super important workshop that you should all attend. Um, the next important thing is November 27th, there is a submission guide workshop. This is also super important because there is a very robust submission portal that we require you to submit on. It's best if you come for this workshop because it's a real shame if you made such a really, really beautiful and great world, but you run into hiccups when you're submitting, and we don't want that to happen. December 11th is the submission deadline. December 11th, 2359. Before the clock strikes midnight, you have to get all your submissions in, otherwise it's not counted. Right? And lastly, on January 4th, we have the closing ceremony and we'll officially announce the winners. So bookmark these dates. But hey, you don't actually have to bookmark these dates manually because what you can do is click on the participants guide. So if you open your menu on the left side of your screen, you'll see a drop down. It'll like expand, and then if you scroll down, you'll see very handy links to the participants guide and other resources, as you can see. But I'm talking about the participants guide here. If you click on that participants guide, it will bring you straight to the participants guide. If you are on mobile, or if you if you prefer to access the participants guide on your mobile phone, we have a QR code right here. Do scan that and check out the participants guide on your mobile phone as well. Now, the reason why I say you don't have to manually bookmark those events is because we have a very, very handy subscription button on the participants guide where you can very easily just click that and it will subscribe, it will link up with your calendar, and then it will just automatically kind of like send yourself a calendar invite. So basically, you won't ever miss these events, these very important events. We've not just got those important events, we've got like the Q&A sessions when it's turning up, all like linked in that calendar as well. As you can see, you can also join Discord through the participants guide, and the submission deadline is also really like right in your face, so you don't miss it. Yes, like I said, the participants guide is everything you need to know. It has like how long the World Jam lasts, how long the judging period is going to be, your main contact if you have any questions regarding the World Jam, ZEPETO World Jam at angelhack.com. And do check out the cards below because they are really important. So, schedule and events, the themes and prizes, team information, profile update form. Phase 2, get connected with mentors and the developer resources that John was going through as well. So as you can see, we've got almost everything you need on this participants guide. Very, very handy handbook. Next, Discord. Join Discord. Again, on that menu, you will see links to you'll see a link called Join Discord. Click on that. It will bring you to the Discord channel that we are having this World Jam on. All main communications are in there. If you're on mobile, do scan the QR code. I'll leave it here for a while. It's actually really simple, guys. So just click on that. And then this Discord is, well, we have a bunch of things that we can help you with here on Discord. So number one, you've got the participants guide. If you for some reason haven't clicked on that link or you forgot where it is, we actually have a participants guide channel. So you can always access the participants guide whenever you want. We have all our World Jam announcements on there as well. We have a team finding channel, find a team channel. So let's say at the end of near the tail end of this opening ceremony, we have a team huddle networking session. If you want to look for a team, let's say you can't find a team, not to worry. Please don't worry. You can always just go onto the find a team channel, post a short introduction about yourself, your skill sets, and there'll definitely be people coming up to you and asking like, "Oh, hey, I want you to join my team." If you are a team looking for a member as well, do feel free to use this channel as well. Post what skill set you're looking for in your team, and I'm sure there'll be takers. And lastly, you can also post your questions on the ZEPETO World Jam Help Desk channel. So this is one of the aforementioned channels I mentioned that is a way you can access the mentors. So this is where our mentors will see all the technical questions related to world development. They'll be there to answer any questions you need. Go wild, post your questions on the help desk. Will probably be some of these questions will also be answered during the Q&A session as well. we've also got something a bit special. If you are a complete beginner to world development as well, we have a very, very handy platform called Onboard. So now Onboard is also another link that you can find on your menu. It is a beginner-friendly guide to world development on ZEPETO. It meant to bring you from like 0 to like 0.5, right? Basically, what it does is that it's kind of tailored along with the dev resources that John was talking about. If you complete weekly quests related to those dev resources, you will gain XP and you can like scale the leaderboards. Exciting, right? The top leaders on the leaderboard will stand a chance to win, exclusive ZEPETO swag like a helmet, an eco bag, notebook, pen, and stickers. So it's awesome, guys. If you are not a beginner, you feel free to use the onboard platform as well. So like I said, you can click the link there on the sidebar, or you can scan the QR code here to access the onboard platform. You can also access it on the participants guide. You see the key shortcuts new to hackathons or world development, you can get started there. And then complete quests and farm XP. So it's really straightforward platform. Do check it out later on. All right, prizes and judging criteria. So what will you get and how do you win it? So the top prizes for the top 5 teams, first prize is $10,000 USD, second prize will be 5,000, third prize 4,000, fourth prize 3,000, and fifth prize 2,000. We have bounty prizes up for grabs as well. So let's say you miss out on the top 5, right? Not to worry, you can still kind of capture these bounty prizes if, for example, you have like the best use of theme, you have the best play experience, you're like the most fun, like the most like mind-blowingly fun, you still get money for that. You also so you get best visuals as well, and you got best technical implementation. So play your cards right, you may still end up walking away with the prize even though you didn't make the top 5. So how do you become the top 5 teams? Well, we've got 6 very important judging criteria. So when you make your world, do pay attention to this judging criteria. Try and tailor it to these criteria, right? So number 1, we've got gameplay mechanics. Is the world fun to play? Arguably the most important thing when it comes to developing worlds, right? Second, creativity and originality. How different is it from the rest of the IDs on ZEP, right? How fresh and creative is it? Like, is it something I've never seen before on ZEP? Uh, Third, design and aesthetics. How does the world look and feel? So who makes the best use of the in-game assets, right? Who makes the best animations, for example? Fourthly, user experience. How user-friendly is the world? Now, this is what do you think of when you play a user-friendly world? Great menus, very easy to use interface. The controls are very intuitive and simple, but very complex as well. I don't know, I'll leave it to you. Adherence to theme, the 5th criteria, how well does your world adhere to creative theme? Now, it's also not just about adherence, it's also about how well you can maybe like surprise us, right? Like we will give you a theme, but like how well do you like use that theme to your advantage? I'm not going to be too specific here, but think about it, right? And then lastly, we've also got implementation of multiplayer. So uh, if you create a multiplayer world, that's going to boost your score up really quite a bit. And you've got to make sure that the multiplayer works well as well. All right, so these judging criteria, do pay attention to them as you're creating your world. Submission rules. What do you need to take note of when you create your world? Number 1, it must be created using the Unity engine. So build-it submissions are not going to be applicable. Build-it is basically like a almost no-code, low-code way to create worlds from scratch. We can tell if you made your world using build-it, so do not use build-it. Do create it using the Unity engine. All right. We've got a bunch of rules. It's very important that you pay attention to these, all right? So fresh code rule, all submitted code must be developed during the hacking period of October 30th to December 11th. So if you have been working on a world before today, it would not, like the code you made for that would not be applicable in the final submitted code. It would like, that's not counted, all right? And of course, if you miss the submission deadline of December 11th, you submit it on December 12th, 13th, it's not going to count as well. So do pay attention to that period. All right. No harmful code, nothing that's going to give us any viruses or damage our programs, data, and hardware. Straightforward. Um, Make sure you don't use any crude offensive language in your world as well. Do not infringe on any copyright rules or intellectual property rules. Always, you can always ask them for access or for rights, but don't ask them without their permission, right? Don't use it without their permission. And lastly, don't be a criminal, man. Don't do that. Don't violate the law or any regulations when you submit your will. Like, make sure it doesn't infringe on the law. All right. So very important rules. Take note that the submission portal opens on November 27th, 2023, 12 a.m. So if you're trying to submit your portal, trying to submit your world before then, you won't be able to. All right. So wait for that submission portal to open on November 27th. Now, mentors. So I'm just going to give you a brief snapshot of who the mentors are. I won't go through each and every one of them, but here they are. We've got the tech evangelist team. You've met John Mondel and Carter just now. And the developer relations team as well is in the mentorship panel. Yeah, so these are all your mentors for this World Jam. So I'm breezing through it because actually you can get a closer look to them on the participants guide. All right, but first, before I get there, how do you contact these mentors? All right, so like I mentioned, there's one way, which is on Discord. Ask any questions that you have on the ZEPETO World Jam Help Desk channel on the World Jam Discord. Um, the mentors are all there. Like, they're there, like, looking, waiting for you guys to post questions. They're very, very eager to like answer your questions. So that's will probably be your first port of call, like your first avenue to kind of reach out to the mentors. The second one, it's a little bit more bespoke or like a bit more personal, right? You can actually schedule a virtual call with the mentor of your choice via their Calendly link in the participants guide. So if you guys aren't familiar with Calendly, it's basically a way for the mentors to show their schedules to you. They've opened up their schedules. You can select any free time that they have, a 30-minute call, and they'll be very, very happy. If that slot is available, they'll be very happy to take the call with you. But don't be, I mean, guys, please do respect the mentor's time. They've opened up their calendars very generously. So please, if you book a call with a mentor, do turn up for that. All right. So how do you do the Calendly method? So actually in the participants guide, remember I showed those cards. If you click on get connected with mentors, you'll be brought to a page where you basically be brought through step-by-step guide on how to book their time. All right. So do check that out. All right. So actually, I've been talking a lot, but I haven't really talked much about what the theme is gonna be. So we're gonna be talking about it soon. So drum roll, guys. The moment you've all been waiting for. Pause for anticipation. The theme for this ZEPETO World Jam Fall 2023 is, it's not Christmas, not Valentine's. It is Dreams and Nightmares. All right. So now I've revealed the creative theme. So this theme is super important, right? Because remember the judging criteria? How well do you adhere to the theme? That's a big part of the judging criteria. So make sure your world follows this theme. Like, not follows, but like, uses it in a very creative way. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to you. I'm not gonna like brainstorm any ideas for you guys. It's up to you. I don't know. You can also post on Discord if you're Team Dream or Team Nightmare. I don't know. I'm Team Dream. I don't know. I'm scared of nightmares. All right. So now that I've posted the creative theme, it's time for Team Huddle and Networking on ZEP. So some of you have came into the ZEP space with your teams. Some of you have come actually asking to be like kind of linked up with a team on that will matchmake for you. So at this point, if you guys already have a team, you guys can move to like the meeting rooms A and B on the left and right. So open up the menu on your sidebar. You would see teleport. You can teleport straight to meeting room A and meeting room B. And that's where you can have like a private like team session and to like discuss like what kind of world you're going to make with the theme, with the creative theme of dreams and nightmares. Like, are you going to make a dream themed world? Are you going to make a nightmare themed world? I'm going to leave it up to you. That's time for you guys to discuss. For those who are looking for a team or are in a team looking for members, you all should have been linked up via email already. We have given you a team name like Team 1, Team 2. yeah, find, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, find the email in your inbox from ZEPETO@angelhack.com. You should have received the email via the email that you registered for this World Jam for, right? It might be in your spam, so check that as well. Once you see your team name, rename yourselves on Zep to the following, like team name and then line and your name. Any name you want to be called. It can be called whatever, strawberry, for example. So for example, my team is team one. I'll name myself team one, line David, right? Once you've done that, and all your team members have done that, click on the top right corner of the screen, like the little buddy icon there, enter your team name, like team one, to view all the members in your team. Then you can see all of them, you just start messaging them, head towards meeting room A and B to start your first team meeting. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Some of you guys might be a bit lost. So like I mentioned, the sidebar, you have teleport links to meeting room A, meeting room B. We also have a teleport link to the ZEPETO help desk. Our mentors will be stationed there, like John Carter and Mondo will be there. Steph and Abba will be there. We'll be there to answer any related ZEPETO related questions or anything related to the World Jam. We'll all be there. On the right, you can see meeting rooms A and B. This is what they look like. Meeting room A is a giant tree in the middle, right? So you would see like small little booths in each of the meeting rooms. So for example, meeting room A has A1, A2. If you go in, you'll actually be given the ability to turn on your mic and turn on your camera so you can actually see your fellow teammates face to face and start talking. So guys, we have come to we haven't really come to the end of the opening ceremony. It's just come to the end of me talking, right? I'm gonna kind of like turn off my mic. I'm gonna leave you guys to start networking, start discussing the theme, start discussing what kind of world you're gonna make in accordance with the theme. What kind of world you're gonna make? Are you gonna make a shooter? You're gonna make an RPG? It's time for those creative juices to start flowing. So go to meeting rooms A and B, and I'll be at the ZEPETO help desk along with the other ZEPETO team members. We're there to always answer any questions you have. If you have any questions on the chat, do post them as well. We can contact you on the chat as well. So, all right, guys, let's go.